outlets. Okay, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, I think we've got LinkedIn Live, and I think we've got YouTube. Hi everybody, it's Mike Cadieux. We are live. Just got my notification pop up that we are live on LinkedIn. So that's really cool. As you know, I am the founder of Procurement Foundry, our large 5,000 member community associated with procurement and supply chain. We've been running it for a couple of years now. And throughout the evolution of our community and our membership, we have tried desperately to keep the core of what we've tried to build, which is all about community and all about benefiting our members in some way, shape, or form. And with that, earlier this year, we decided to start something called Foundry Foundation. So we spun up a nonprofit. We decided that we would create a scholarship fund. And with that scholarship fund, we also reached out to our community as well as a number of different corporate sponsors, which I will talk about very quickly. And started a scholarship fund. And we did it. What's amazing is we did this in less than 90 days. So Tina, who you all know from Procurement Foundry, Tina got together with a bunch of our internal members and created a subcommittee, and maybe Tina can come on and talk a little bit about the subcommittee and who's a participant of that subcommittee so we can thank them for their time. And we got together, we decided what we were going to do, we went out and raised some funds, and this is the culmination of all of those efforts. So in front of you right now, you see three young adults who are on their way in different stages of their education, by the way. We were just talking about it, about where they are in their early career paths in their educational journey. And we were able to give out 3 scholarships for $2,500 US, which for us is amazing. I have a son that's going to college this year as well. I know how much scholarships mean. And I know how expensive. I have a niece that's going to law school this year as well. And she just told me her books are about $800 for the first semester in law school in Boston. So we know how expensive things are in college. And so we thought that we would do a quick live stream with you all and let you introduce the recipients of our first Foundry Foundation class of scholars. And we're thrilled to have you. Hey, hi to everybody on LinkedIn. I just looked down at LinkedIn and there's a bunch of people listening and watching. So excited to have you all with us. I'm just gonna bring that in so I can follow the chat as we talk. Hi everybody. Hi Jason Cipriano from Boston. Anna McGovern's on. We got a whole bunch of other folks chiming in. If you're watching on LinkedIn, please say hello. So here's what I thought we would do. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Dana. Hello, Emma. How are you today?
Good. How about you?
Great. Yeah, how are you?
I'm sorry for being, I don't know if this is your first LinkedIn Live webinar broadcasting. If it is, it's probably pretty stressful. But the good news is that you're not publicly speaking in front of an audience of 5,000 people. So I wouldn't put you in front of a Coliseum full of people, but I'm glad that you're here and thank you so much. So far, you're doing fantastic. You must be getting excited because you're a week or 2 away from going to school, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go around, Matthew, I'm going to teach you some really smart tricks. We're going to go with ladies first to start. So ladies, why don't we start with Dana, and then we'll go to Emma, and we'll hold Matthew for last but not least. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing for school, if you've declared a track, what school you're going to, so that we can follow you, and we'd love to just hear a little bit about your story. So Dana, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, okay, well, my name is Dana Godfrey, and I am an incoming freshman at the University of Wisconsin, and which is at Stevens Point, actually, the University of Wisconsin in Stevens Point. And I will be pursuing a bachelor's of fine arts in musical theater. And I'm just very excited for that. I took a gap year, actually. So I've been auditions and, just working on that. And I also, which is really important to me, I created a website. It's called thetweenroom.com.
I love it. You're already doing self-promotion and plugs.
Yeah.
Best thing in the world, shameless plugs, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'll mention that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the tween room, it's basically a really I created it. It's a website for tweens to go on and connect with others. I put stories on there, helpful links for, kids to learn about different things and help them throughout, the challenges and struggles of middle school and stuff. So I created that. That's really
So
important.
you've created your own community.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. That's great news.
Yeah. And also I do have another website if you would like to see me a little bit more, learn about me. My website is danagodfrey.com. I am hoping to use that to, gain traction as an incoming actor.
Awesome. That's great news. So we're going to have to talk offline. Just so you know, my daughter just graduated from Emerson College, and she just moved to LA, and she's out in the industry right now. She actually works for an agency right now.
Emerson is an amazing school. Oh my God.
Yeah. We got really lucky with the school. We didn't get so lucky with the bills. So anyway.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dana. I really appreciate it. Super excited about what you're doing. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. And I wanted to say thank you to the Procurement Foundry for making this opportunity available. It's really incredible. So
that's great. We didn't, like I said, we didn't know that we were going to be able to pull this off, and we're just thrilled that the committee and our sponsors. I haven't even said hello to our sponsors. I should say hello and thank you to our sponsors, right? About getting all this done. So Emma, hold on one second. I'm just going to read off the list of sponsors because it's impressive. So some of the sponsors that we had: Kearney, big consulting firm out of California. Thank you to the folks at Kearney. Really amazing donation there. They were a gold sponsor. Coupa is also a gold sponsor. So thank you to the folks at Coupa for being a part of this very large P2P software product. DoorDash also made a donation on your behalf. I don't know that I can get you a DoorDash account with some free food on it, but DoorDash is a great sponsor of ours, and they did it. Graphite Connect is another firm that made a donation to this as well. Absolutely superb company. They've been doing amazing things with us. Zip is a startup out of California. Again, another piece of software associated with procurement. The folks at Zip have been doing amazing things for us, and every time we call them, they just say yes. So thank you to Zip. Focal Point, Negotiation Ninja, and Quality Imaging Solutions as well. Thank you to all three of you. I believe that they were, and also the folks at Fair Market. Fair Market also made a donation as well. So thank you to the folks at Fair Market. Really appreciate that. We've kind of reached out to our sponsors, our corporate sponsors, and they just jumped right in. So thank you to everybody on that front as well. Okay, Emma, tell us a little bit about your story. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing. I think it's really interesting. You're a little bit further down your educational path. So tell us a little bit about you, what you're doing right now, and what your plans are for the fall.
Sure. Like Dana said, thank you to the Procurement Foundry and all the sponsorships that Mike listed. This is a wonderful opportunity. I am actually going to be an incoming first L at the Nebraska College of Law. I already graduated this past December from University of Nebraska-Lincoln with my bachelor's degree in global studies and political science, and then a whole bunch of minors, Spanish, national security studies, business and law. So I've kind of done it all. But I'm really excited to start this new chapter in law school. I've sort of debated it for a while. My senior year of school, I worked for Department of Homeland Security, and the group of attorneys that I worked with were just absolutely phenomenal and really encouraged me to go and make this decision, see if I could apply, and I did, got in, so here we are. I currently work for LinkedIn, as I mentioned, great company, great place to connect, network. A lot of people on there too have allowed me to get to where I am today. So I am just, like I said, so excited to start this new opportunity. Hopefully the 3 years go fast. And if anyone needs a lawyer in 3 years, go ahead and give me a call.
That's great. Congratulations on getting through your undergrad, which in itself is a feat, right?
Yeah.
It's a long road. It's highly stressful. Congratulations on getting through that. And then landing a job with LinkedIn. And then after landing a job with LinkedIn, you've decided to go on to law school. I'm so happy that we can help you with that. Like I said, I have a niece that's going to law school, and I think her books for the first semester are about $800. So hopefully you can use that money towards that. We're thrilled to help you continue your career path. And at some point in time, I think Procurement Foundry will probably need a really good attorney right around the same time that you're graduating. So we will certainly keep in touch. Okay, so Matthew, last but not least, Matthew McGovern, Master Matthew McGovern. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what your plans are for the fall? And I think you're in Connecticut, right?
Yes, I
Nice.
do live in Connecticut.
Nice.
I guess first off, I would like to say thank you to the Procurement Foundry and all the sponsors for making this possible. I really appreciate the generosity, and yeah, it's greatly appreciated. But as for me, I'm an incoming sophomore at the University of Connecticut, where I will be majoring in mechanical engineering and concentrating in aerospace engineering. And then over the summer, I was lucky enough to land an internship at Sikorsky Aircraft.
Yeah.
Working on.
I drive past that all the time.
Yeah, the big main plant in Stratford. Yeah, it's really something. But so I was lucky enough to land an internship there. Obviously, helping with the design of helicopters and all that. And other than that, I look forward to going back to UConn in a little bit and pursuing my studies a little bit further.
Well, I'm excited. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're a UConn Husky. As a gentleman who graduated from Marist College, I have to admit there's a little bit of a rivalry there, especially in crew and in swim and things like that.
Yeah.
Where Marist is a tiny little school with a little bit of Division I. But my son Matthew is actually going off to Syracuse in the fall. So we'll see you during basketball season, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that would be an interesting rivalry.
Yeah. I just my son just bought his season tickets. He's an inbound freshman at Syracuse, and he the only requirement I had of him was he had to buy the season pass for the football and for the obviously he has to get good grades. He has to stay in school. Sorry, that's a priority for those of you playing the home game. But obviously from a parent weekend perspective, if he doesn't have tickets for dad at the Carrier Dome for football games and basketball games, I'm going to be a little bit upset. I can tell him that.
No, that's very understandable. That sounds like a very good experience.
I just want to take a second and tell all three of you, I love the fact that you're going to do so well. All three, I can tell already, you're all going to do so well. You present so well. You're so mature. You're so comfortable doing this. Dana, it's obvious that you're working towards theater and just it's great. You just keep it up.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to see where you go with that. I'm thrilled at the diversity associated with the different programs that you're in and the different stages that you're in inside of your journey, your education journeys. Great to see somebody just starting out. Great to see somebody following up on their sophomore year, and amazing to have somebody going to law school. I never would have thought that we would have been able to find somebody going to graduate school. So that's great that we've got that level of mix for this year. So that's it. We just wanted to introduce our community to all of the recipients for this year. 3 amazing kids. This is what happens when Procurement Foundry gets together and decides that they want to do something from nothing to this in about 90 days. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. One thing I did want to do is I want to make sure that we continue to support you in your efforts as you move along in your careers. I know, Matthew, you and obviously Emma works at LinkedIn, so she has a LinkedIn account. That's not a shocker. She's already probably run through everything there is to know about Procurement Foundry from the back end forward. So I would love it, and I would be humbled if our Procurement Foundry members would connect up with our Procurement Foundry scholars. Obviously, we as a community, we try to help each other. These 3 kids are now part of our community, and I'm dying to see their growth as they continue on in their careers. So I would love it if our community would get together. Please feel free to come back. We will be checking in with you from time to time to see how you're doing. We'd love to get an update maybe in the fall at the end of the semester, you know, about how you're doing. And we would love to maybe do this again and just see how you're doing. I want all of our Procurement Foundry members to maybe connect with you. So Emma, I know you've got an account with LinkedIn. Matthew, you said you have a LinkedIn account already as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Great. So let's search them out. I'm going to tag you in this post on this live feed. And Dana does not have a LinkedIn account yet. She obviously has her website, but I think after this, she's going to be getting a LinkedIn.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So that she can build her network.
Yeah.
And definitely find my daughter, who has pretty much found every creative there is on LinkedIn and connected with them, so that you can build that out as well. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're good. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about? No.
I guess just one last thank you.
Sorry, I'd like to thank
No, you go ahead.
the group that helped, the committee that helped us with this. I just want to just quick shout out to them, thanking them very much for all their hard work. They met with us weekly and got this rolling and really got it together for us for this year. So
Yeah.
Our chairhead was Anna McGovern, not that Matt knows her or anything. Grace Little.
Yep.
Eric Scroll.
Yep.
Jared, I'm going to say this wrong, Andrasco.
Yep.
Thank you. Sarah Francis, Stephanie Schrader, and Rob Nickel. So I really appreciate all the work that they did for this to get this up and running for these kids.
Yeah, I also want to thank you, Tina. Tina's in the background. You can't see her right now on the live stream. She's kind of lurking in the control room. So she didn't turn her video on for that. It gets a little awkward when all of a sudden this voice comes out of nowhere. But thank you very much to the steering committee members. Again, thank you, Tina, for making sure that we incorporate them in. It's an amazing day. We gave away over $7,000 worth of scholarships. And the amount of time that the committee put together in helping us design the messaging and helping us design the questionnaire forms and then reviewing the actual submissions, making the selection process was great. So we did that completely independently. Everybody filled out their own reviews and things like that. So thrilled at how this all came off. This year, we just did domestically in the United States, as everybody knows. We had a lot of interest overseas and internationally, and I think we're trying to figure out from a legal perspective how to do that. Maybe Emma can consult with us after her first year, but I'm hoping that next year we will be able to expand this to a global footprint because Procurement Foundry has a global footprint. Okay, so that's about 20 minutes. Thank you all very much. I want to personally thank Tina for this. Tina, thank you so much for taking the time to help coordinate this group, to help coordinate with the subcommittee. I mean, this really is why we do this, is to help people. So absolutely thrilled. Thank you, Tina. There she is. She finally came back on. Thank you, Tina, for all the effort associated with putting this together and the continued effort associated with this. I know we still have to actually distribute out some checks to these kids so that they actually have the money and we're not just blowing smoke at them. So thank you for all that you continue to do for the Procurement Foundry. And thank you to the 3 of you. We look forward to hearing from you again in the near future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks a lot.
For joining us. Have a great weekend.
All right,
you,
everyone.
too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Really good.
Oh, bye, Emma.
Bye, thank you.